Kahok. We took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-Hawks. I said the K-Hawks. The school of champions, we laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm at Sabia, Indian, again, I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, I'm screaming, that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White, you already know. It's still easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. When your boy quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. For the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm on my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple. Call us the cheapin' crew. Yeah, we big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Good report, and 12 come old law. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me.
You know what it is. High school champions. All around my town, everything is white and purple, purple, white, purple, white. Shut it down for the white, purple, white, purple, white, purple. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School. Yeah, screaming that's us. And boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening to everyone. I don't know why everything's glitching on me all of a sudden. It's just, I've got a great signal and everything, but all of a sudden everything's just glitchy, glitchy, glitchy. Welcome. We're going to switch over to this camera here anyway. Turn that one back on. All right, that one doesn't appear to be glitchy. I think it's just my my camcorder, which I'm only leaving up here because it's senior night, and the camera that you're seeing right now doesn't really do a good job of focusing in on the senior night activity. So we are going to use my camera for the senior festivities, and we are going to use the camera that you're seeing right now for the actual game. So everything should work out okay as we get ready to bring you the senior night festivities here. My name's Todd Duke, by the way. We're going to get into the pregame program with interviews and all that stuff after the senior night festivities are over with. So bear with us for a little while. I kind of timed out just at the end of the JV game, which the Lady Kahawks won, by the way, by a score of 3-0. So we got that much going for us so far. Can you tell I'm just trying to waste time here? Yeah, I know. Clay Smith was a little tardy getting down here from the gymnasium where he was doing the volleyball duties. The volleyball boys are having a battle over there with Metro East Lutheran, and there was a long delay, and we don't know why. We were watching it up here on the live stream, and we don't understand what happened, but it was a long and lengthy delay. And at that time, it was 23-23, so we hope that we can get things going on here on time here in just a moment as they get everything set up. down here at the field level. We're going to go ahead and switch back over to this other camera, though, for right now. Yeah, I don't know why that's doing that. That's not going to be a good view. Not a clue. Well, I guess we're just going to have to stick with the main camera and let that camera follow everything, which is a shame because I also got the camera set up just in case we go to a penalty kick phase of this soccer game, because the last time these two teams met, they went to overtime, and there's always that possibility. But if that camera is going to be glitching like that, I don't know if that's going to be possible either. So at any rate, bear with us here, and we will try to figure things out. I guess the best thing I can do right now is just shut this camera down and then turn it back on here in a minute. We'll see if that has anything to do with it. When I was in the radio business, they called this quality radio. We came on early to get ready for the senior festivities, and then now they're delayed a little bit, so we are going to see what we can do here. I'm going to turn this camera back on, and then I'm going to double click on the old thingamajigger. All right. I am ready, and without further ado, folks, here is Chris Kettler doing senior night festivities here at Kahok Stadium.
Thank you all for attending Our Lady Kahok Senior Night to celebrate these 7 amazing young women. We begin with our first senior, number 6, Sophia Kiefner. Parents are Sarah and Scott Kiefner. Future plans are continuing to play soccer at SWIC and then nursing school to be a nurse practitioner. Sophia Kiefner. The next senior is captain number 11, Addie Johnson. The parents are Adrian and Andy Johnson. Her future plans are attending St. Louis University to major in neuroscience. That's Addie Johnson. Our next senior is number 14, Shelby Hawk. Parents are Amy and Jeremy Hawk. Future plans continuing to play soccer at Lewis and Clark and major in nursing. That's Shelby Hawk. Our next senior is number 16, Lainey Belandis. Parent Eric Belandis, future plans attending SWIC to play golf and then transfer to a four-year university. Lady Belandis. Next senior is captain number 17, Georgia Cox. Parents are Jamie and Brandon Cox. Future plans continuing to play soccer at McKendree University and majoring in psychology in hopes to become a child psychiatrist. That's Georgia Cox. Our next senior is captain number 23, Jordan Gary. Jordan's parents are Dr. Julie Gary and the late Dr. Lewis Gary. Future plans continuing to play soccer at St. Louis University while majoring in psychology and a minor in business. That's Jordan Gary. Our next senior is number 25, Kira Van Dyke. Parents are Misty and Steve Van Dyke. Future plans attending Lindenwood University to study digital marketing. That's Kira Van Dyke. Now at this time, seniors, the balloons you hold represent the past, present, and future. The past is the memories and friendship you have made in the soccer career that you will hopefully look back on fondly. The present is the here and now. Tonight is a tribute to each of you for your effort and dedication to the Lady Kahok soccer program. And the future is up to you. May you enjoy life as your journey continues, and may you strive to be the best you can be in the future. Please release the balloons as your past, present, and future is applauded.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Senior festivities here at Kahok Stadium for the 8 Lady Kahok seniors on this year's squad. Now it is time to get into the program, so let's get you ready to do that as we welcome you into the pregame show, brought to you tonight by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. All right, so the Cahoks come in at 2-10-4 on the year. They're 0-8 in conference play under their second-year head coach, Jody Munoz. And she has a 7-27-6 record. Alton is 9-7-1 coming into this game. They are 4-3 in Southwestern Conference play. Gwen Sabo is the head coach for the Alton Lady Redbirds in her 5th year with a record of 43-34-2. Lady Cahoks have had better outcomes as of late, as Collinsville has gone 1-2 in their last 4 matches. The win started this current uptick. That was a 4-1 win at Mater Dei on April the 20th. The 2 ties came at home, a 2-2 tie versus St. Dominic on April the 22nd, and a 0-0 tie 1 week ago tonight versus Freeburg. In between the 2 ties was the lone loss, a 4-0 road loss at O'Fallon. After tonight, only 2 games remain, Saturday morning at Triad and next Friday versus Edwardsville. And 4 days after that, Edwardsville again will be playing Collinsville in the 3A regional semifinal at Edwardsville. For Alton, after an 8-2-1 record at the halfway mark of the season, the Lady Redbirds hit a rough patch and have only 1 win since then. Alton is coming into tonight following a 3-0 home loss to Chatham Glenwood. That loss came on the heels of a 2-1 win versus Civic Memorial. Before that win, Alton suffered through a 4-game losing skid. A 4-game win streak preceded that 4-game losing streak, and that 4-game win streak included 3 wins in Southwestern Conference play, 2 over each of the Belleville schools, plus a 1-0 overtime win versus Collinsville on April the 4th. And Alton, they only have 1 remaining game, and that is 1 week from tonight at Belleville East. 5 days later, you guessed it, both of those 2 teams will meet up in a regional semifinal, and that one will take place in O'Fallon. Had a chance to catch up with another senior as we only have a couple more left to go. This time, we talk things over with number 16, Lainey Bolandis. And my conversation with Lainey comes your way next after a brief timeout here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show on the Kahok Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Sofwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It's just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And right now, I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
Are you looking to update the appeal of your home's interior? Look no further than Hayden Interiors, LLC. Hayden Interiors, LLC is owned and operated by former Kahok graduate Nick Hayden. Hayden Interiors, LLC will help you get that new look that you want for your home. Flooring, baseboards, doorways, as well as interior renovations or interior additions. Kitchen, living room, bedroom, hallways, basements, stairways. Let Hayden Interior, LLC help you find the look that you want. Call Nick Hayden today at Hayden Interiors, LLC, 618-772-6790 for your free estimate. Hayden Interiors, LLC, on budget, on time, every time. That's Hayden Interiors, LLC. Call Nick at 618-772-6790. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks!
Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se, also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the Ortho Gold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
All right, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahawk Sports Network. We're back at Kahawk Stadium. It is senior night for your Lady Kahawk soccer players, and we continue visiting with our seniors. Next up, number 16, Lainey Bolanda, senior defender. 3 years varsity soccer as well as golf. First, thanks for joining us, and second, tell us about your family. Don't leave the pets out.
My dad, his name's Eric. And then I have a sister. She's 21. Her name's Kylie. And I have a dog. His name's Gus. And that's it.
What kind of dog is Gus?
He's a German Shorthair Pointer.
It's a nice name for a German. That's a Gus. That Gus name. Older sister. Any little civil rivalry there between the two of you? Did you push each other? Was she in sports?
She was not in sports. So she's the smarts of our family, and I'm the athletics of it. But we hated each other like a year ago, but now we're really close. So
usual sister stuff. So she's smart and you're the athletic one. You got some smarts as well, I would believe, right?
If I try, yes.
Well, you got to try. That's the old thing. All right, let's talk a little family sports. Who in your family is athletic or was athletic back in their day in high school?
So my dad played soccer, and my uncle also played soccer, and so did my aunt. And all their numbers were 16. Well, my dad's wasn't, but my uncle and my aunts were 16, so that's why my number's 16.
All right, how long have you been playing? Tell me about your start in soccer.
I've played since I was probably 5. I had to beg my dad to put me on a select team for the longest time, and then he finally did, and it's just been going since then.
All right, let's talk a little golf before we get back to the soccer. Golf, 5th place. Junior year, head-to-head with Belleville East. Senior year, 4th place at a tri-meet with Belleville East and Alton team took first place in that one. Third place tie with your teammate over here on the soccer side too, and Kira Van Dyke at the tri-meet with Mascuda and Belleville East. So tell me a little bit about the golfing experience as a Lady Kahawk.
So my dad, freshman year, decided that he wanted me to do another sport, and I think he was just lonely and wanted somebody to golf with him. So he put me in it, and I didn't think I was going to like it, but I ended up liking it, and I wasn't going to play it in college, but then I decided to why not try it out.
All right, cool. All right, let's talk a little soccer now. First assist in your junior year. You have 4 assists this year, and you had 2 against Piasol, and you had 2 against Mater Dei. So you kind of save them up in bunches. Tell me what it means to you to assist on a goal.
It was fun this year because as a sweeper, I don't really get to do it a lot, but I just like being able to help out, and it's fun seeing them score. So.
All right, let's have a little fun. My favorite thing section. What is your favorite kind of music?
Country music. I listen to a lot of country music.
Favorite musical group or artist in that country music genre?
Zach Bryan, Morgan Wallen, or Chris Stapleton.
All right, let's talk a little food. Favorite sweet snack?
Oh, probably like Skittles.
Skittles are good. Taste the rainbow. Favorite salty snack?
Pickles. I love pickles.
Man, I think you guys are just like weird. Okay, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, which one of those is your favorite?
Breakfast. Actually, no, dinner.
Dinner. Okay, so if it's a home-cooked dinner, what is it and who cooks it?
Steak and my dad.
Nothing wrong with the steak on the grill. All right, let's talk about the 1900s. If you could go back to the 1900s, any decade that you want to visit, which decade would it be and why?
The 90s, because that's when my dad was a teenager, and he tells me all the stuff he could get away with that we couldn't get away with now, and I think it'd be fun, so.
Yeah, that's because you guys record everything. That's why you couldn't get away with it then. All right, talk to me about school. What's your least favorite class in high school?
Oh, probably math. I'm not very good at it.
Neither am I. Don't feel bad. What is your favorite class in high school?
Either chemistry or probably chemistry.
Tell me a little bit about what the future has entailed for you. Are you going off to college? What's next for you?
I'm going to SWIC, and then I'm probably going to transfer to SIUE after I'm done. And I want to do biology, probably like animal science, something like that.
Well, that's very cool. All right, talk to me about this season. I know it's not been the best of season for the Lady Kahawk soccer program, so tell me from Lainey Belandis' view what's going on.
I think even though we aren't winning, we all are really close, and it's always fun no matter what, even if we lose. I think we all are just really good teammates to each other, and it's still fun even if we're losing.
All right, tell me about this team you're getting ready to play, Alton. You guys went up to their place not too long ago and had to go to overtime before they ended up winning it 1-0. What can you take away from that game that can help you win tonight's game?
Definitely block out their forward. I think that is one of their biggest players on their team. So once you shut her down, I think we take control of the game a lot and just working hard.
All right, shout out time. Who do you want to say hi to out there?
Hi, Dad.
Thank you very much for the visit. Good luck to your future. Good luck tonight, too.
Thank you.
That is Lainey Belandis, number 16 on the Kahawk, Lady Kahawk soccer roster. We will take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, we'll set those rosters for you, and we will do that after a timeout here on the Kahawk.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Shockwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. Chapman Trucking LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking LLC, 618-960-9346 or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
In Collinsville, call Scott Allen at 618-346-1500.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue, new injuries per se. Also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the Ortho Gold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
And once again, we welcome you back to Kahok Stadium here at Collinsville High School. My name is Todd Duke. Brett Borm is on the other microphone. How you doing there, sir?
I'm doing great today, Todd. It's a beautiful day at Kahok Stadium.
It is. All right, so let's talk about the last time these two teams played up in Alton. I know that you went to that game. I couldn't do that. Went to overtime, and Alton ended up getting that goal late in overtime, and Collinsville ended up losing it. But, man, that was a battle.
It was a battle, and I would have to go on record as saying that was probably one of the Lady Kahawk's best games of the year. Long powerhouse the last 2-3 years. I think they're a little bit down this year with some girls not coming back and choosing to play spring club ball. But the Kahawks came out. They battled them to a 0-0 tie through regulation. Extremely competitive, battling in every play, every ball. Freshman Ashley Giannini was able to completely hold down Emily Baker, who is the striker for the Alton Redbirds that just scores goal after goal. And unfortunately, Alton was able to get that goal in overtime and secure that win for them.
All right, let's talk playoffs for a little bit. The playoff schedule came out last week. We haven't had a chance to talk since then. And Collinsville, it always works out that way. And Alton's got to go through the same thing. So the last game of the year, Collinsville plays Edwardsville. Then they got to go to Edwardsville and play them in the regional semifinal. Last game of the year, Alton plays Belleville East. They got to go to O'Fallon and play Belleville East in the first game. That seems to happen a lot.
It does. And I think what happens in that last game can set the stage for what's going to happen in that first game in regionals. If Collinsville can come out and keep Edwardsville honest and battle extremely hard and hold them in that game, who knows what can happen. I mean, Edwardsville's good, let's be honest. They're a great soccer team, but anything can happen.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about the last 4 games. You heard me mention in the pregame monologue there that they haven't been playing bad, man. They're 1-1-2, so, I mean, considering where they've been in the middle of the year, that's an improvement, and that's nice to see.
It is. They're getting goals, or have gotten some goals. I think you said it started with the win at Mater Dei. I was at that game. Collinsville was able to get four, I think it was second half goals, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe they had one in the first half, I don't recall. But regardless, there was a little bit of an onslaught there. I know Georgia Cox had a couple goals. I think, goodness gracious, Gary, she had a couple goals. So they were good. It was good to see them get a win and build a little confidence in that one.
Yeah, Collinsville actually outshot Alton in that game that was at Alton that ended in that 1-0 overtime win. 16-8, man. That's a lot of shots on goal.
Yep, sure is. I don't know. I don't know what led to that.
Kind of weird to have 16 shots on goal and have none of them go in.
I know.
I guess that speaks a lot about Peyton Baker in goal. It must.
It does. Yeah, we were able to dominate that game and just couldn't cash it in.
Yeah. The history between these two teams is Collinsville has a 23-10-1 record versus Alton over the last 22 years, including a 1-1 mark in the playoffs. But, however, there, Mr. Borum, Alton has won the last 4 meetings and have outscored Collinsville 8-0 in that time.
I think Alton just hit a patch of, pretty good, really good club soccer players in that 4-year stretch where that they probably didn't have that feeder program for them over the course of those previous 10 years. They've had a good run, and who knows what's going to happen next year or the year after. They may tail off again.
Yeah, so what are we looking for tonight, man? Were you looking for another one of these close matches?
This is a winnable match. I mean, based on what I saw the other night, weeks ago at Alton, and that, by the way, that was on natural grass, and the grass was as thick as carpet.
Really?
I mean, yes. The pace of the play was so slow. The ball didn't move through the grass. I'd like to see how we do back on our home turf, and I think it's a winnable match.
Yeah. All right. You heard it right there from the man. That's Brett Borum. My name is Todd Duke, and we are going to take our final break. We are going to come back, and we're going to give you the starting 11 for both of these teams. It's Alton and it's Collinsville here on senior night from Kahok Stadium, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means injured tissue, new injuries per se. Also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the Ortho Gold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural and getting crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site, right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite. And once again, we welcome you back to Kahawk Stadium here at Collinsville High School. Todd Duke, Brett Borm along with you as we are just about ready to go here for senior night. And here are your starters. We'll begin with the Alton Lady Redbirds. In goal, you will find Peyton Baker. She is a senior. Junior defenseman Kelly Mossman out there as well. Maddie Cook, a midfielder who is also a senior. Along that same line, you have Katie Stark, who is a senior midfielder. A sophomore midfielder is Lindsay Miller. Emily Baker is a forward senior. Abby Davis, a defenseman who is a sophomore. Deshelle Carter, a senior forward. Jada Bruce, also a forward and a junior. Christina Castelli is a sophomore defenseman. And Adeline Redmond is a sophomore midfielder. For Collinsville, Carly Van Dyke, the freshman, back in goal. In front of her, you will find the senior Sophia Kiefner, a forward. Addie Johnson, also a senior forward. Ashley Giannini, a defenseman who is a freshman. Shelby Hawk and Lainey Belandis, they're both on the defensive side and both seniors. Georgia Cox, a midfielder who is also a senior. Edison Munoz, a freshman defender. Carly Call, a freshman defender as well. Jordan Gary, the senior midfielder, and Kira Van Dyke, the senior defenseman. We are just about ready to go. Collinsville here in all purple. Alton out there in all white. They have red numbers on the fronts and the backs of their uniforms. Collinsville, of course, has the white numbers on the fronts and the backs of their uniforms. And we are underway. Glad that you are with us here on the Kahawk Sports Network. We certainly do appreciate it. JV team won, by the way, 3-0. All goals scored by Collinsville in that JV game came in the second half.
It was the Ava girls, Ava DiGirolamo in the 38th minute, Ava Smith in the 45th minute, and then Kenna Fisher scored the last tally in the 53rd minute, and Collinsville won that one by a score of 3-0 as we get you going here for this varsity matchup as Alton sends the ball downfield. Collinsville trying to stop it, and they can't, so all the way over there on the far side is Maddie Cook. Cook trying to come around all the way from that left side, and a nice job defensively as Collinsville steps right in front of her and takes that ball away. So, play down here by Carly Van Dyke, 940 minutes so far in the year. She is 1-8-2, has one shutout, 28 goals, has a goals against average of 2.38, and has made 61 saves, and her save percentage is right around 68%. Corner kick coming up here for Alton, and they send the ball low, and that one is almost hit the near side post, but Collinsville had a player down there to send that ball back out, but it comes right back out to Maddie Cook. That is not Maddie Cook, that was Abby Davis, and Davis had that ball ripped off of her, and Collinsville brings it up. Here's Jordan Gary trying to spring Kira Van Dyke, but that ball is pushed out of bounds by Alton, and Collinsville will have a throw-in. Jordan Gary doesn't waste any time. She got about a 5-yard running start on that one, too.
Yes, she did. She's a spark plug of this Kahok offense, makes everything go.
And go she does. She'll send the ball over to Addie Johnson. I think that's Addie Johnson. I can't see those numbers all the way over there.
It is.
Okay.
Yep.
The ponytails don't help, though.
No.
Not at all.
No, you're right. Coach Munoz has come out. Last couple of games, she's moved Kira Van Dyke out of that kind of that center mid / holding mid role she's played all year, and now she's been running her as a striker, and she's having a lot of success so far. Last couple of games.
Here's Peyton Baker sending us back in action. Peyton on the year. She has played every single minute for Alton this year. There has not been another goalkeeper to play in between the pipes for the Lady Redbirds. 1,360 minutes. She is 9-7-1. 6 shutouts. 35 goals against for a sparkling goals against average of 2.06. Made 223 saves on the year, and her save percentage is right at 87%. That seems like a lot of saves.
Yeah, she's a quality goalkeeper. I know she's committed to a local college. I can't remember if that's McKendree or Lindenwood. One of those sisters are going to McKendree.
Well, that would be the Emily of the Bakers, and she leads her team right now with 18 goals. Leading goal scorer for Collinsville has 6, and that is Georgia Cox. So Collinsville trying to take the ball away. They do so. Gary gets it over to Johnson. Back over to Gary. And Gary trying to step around one of those midfielders and head that ball in the right direction. Starts to turn the corner and gives it up now for Carly Call. Call shoots it up the line. Here is Sophia Kiefner. Kiefner all the way over here on the sideline. Banks it off of the shins of one of the defenders down there, and that is Deshelle Carter. And Gary with the throw-in finds Georgia Cox. Cox back over to Gary. Gary just outside the 18-yard box. Sends one into the box. Up front. Oh, boy, that was a nice try over there as Van Dyke was right there in the middle, but it just eluded her, and the defenseman covering her didn't touch either one of them and went right out of bounds.
Yeah. Kira did a great job. All she had to do is get a foot on that or something, but I think the referee, I was kind of confused. He did put up a flag. I was wondering if he was calling an offsides, which it does look like he is.
Okay. That was kind of a hard to see offside with all the bodies down there. Kind of weird to have an offside after a throw-in.
I don't know. I don't know what he put his flag up for. That's why I kind of hesitated there, trying to figure out what was going on.
All right, so Baker sends it back out toward midfield area. It didn't get that far, but now it does as Alton sends it up. And then an accidental hit out of bounds there by Addison Munoz, and Alton will have a throw-in here at midfield. And doing so is Christina Castelli. She throws it up, and chasing it down is Carter. Carter trying to work her way over here on this right wing, and she had a little bit of a problem getting it around Munoz at first, but Munoz gives up the post, and now it's going to be out of bounds.
Yeah, I believe Carly Call tapped that thing out of bounds just before it crossed the line, giving them the throw.
And back to action. Ball goes out of bounds once again. Photographers galore out here today for senior night. There's like 3 or 4 of them running around.
And a videographer, too.
Yeah. That was a nice job by Carter to keep that ball from going across that line, and then it ends up going across the sideline over here. So another throw-in coming up here for Alton. Here is Emily Baker. She throws it in, down onto the feet of Abby Davis. Davis sends it to the near sideline, and then sending it out of bounds was Castelli, and now we're going to have a whistle against Alton, so Collinsville will get the ball back.
Georgia Cox still playing with a pretty heavy wrap on that right thigh. I don't know if she had a quad injury a few games ago, but that's about 3 or 4 games in a row she's been playing with that thing wrapped.
Yeah. Here is a back-to-action kick in by Bolandis, our pregame interviewee. And here is Sophia Kiefner back over to Gary, just below our location, and that ball ends up going out of bounds, and it'll belong to Collinsville. Gary throws it in again.
Yeah,
Referee's
about
like,
10 yards.
Yeah, that's about a 10-yard run. Referee's like, no, you need to come back.
More.
Right across from me.
There's a certain player on that boys program that likes to do that, Tom.
I know. We're not going to name names. Here's Van Dyke. She sends the ball up. Alton got a hold of that ball first, and just missing that headshot there was Georgia Cox, but she finds the ball again, sends it back to Gary at midfield. And Jordan trying to make her move. Jordan, the SLU recruit. And a nice job getting it up to Van Dyke, but Van Dyke has to work to chase it down now, way deep over here on this sideline. And she does so, sends it back over into the corner of the box where there wasn't anyone over there wearing the purple and the white, and then that one was sent out of bounds. So Collinsville will have another throw in here from Gary on down to Georgia Cox, and Cox accidentally sends it out of bounds. Well, the wrap on her leg makes it easier to spot her, that's for sure.
Sure does.
I don't have to look for numbers. Alton throws it in. Big, long throw in all the way back out to midfield. There is Carly Call. And then it makes it all the way into the midfield circle. And here is Ashley Giannini. Giannini sends it over to the far side for Addie Johnson. Johnson back over to Giannini right at midfield. And then Giannini sends it up, tries to find Van Dyke. Does so, but Van Dyke tried to feed the ball over to Johnson. Missed her, but Johnson does a nice job staying with it and takes the Alton player with her. Now we get it up to Georgia Cox, but that was intercepted for a moment. And then back over to Jordan Gary. Gary over on the far sideline gives it to Johnson, who gives it back to Gary. And then Gary gets squeezed off on a double team on the defense over there. And I believe that was Lindsey Miller, if I'm not mistaken.
Jordan was looking to play a through ball there to Van Dyke. Unfortunately, she was not able to get that ball through.
32 minutes, 15 seconds left to go here in this first half. Got started late, didn't get started until almost 7 o'clock due to the senior night festivities. That's usually the case, especially when you have 8 of them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, softball team had their senior night the other day. They had 1.
Wow.
That didn't take long, did it?
No, sure didn't.
There's a little battle right out below where we're located, and Alton wins the battle and sends it back over into the offensive side of things. Trying to chase it down is Emily Baker, the team leader in goals. She's trying to spring Maddie Cook over there on the far side, but nice job there by Addie Johnson staying with it. And now here is Jordan Gary, who finds the loose ball. She sends it up past 1 defender and 2. Then it goes all the way in front of the Kahawks bench where Katie Stark almost had control of it. Banks off a couple of shins, ends up going out of bounds, and Collinsville will get the throw in over there in front of their own bench.
Nice little battle there with Jordan Gary and
free kick, sorry.
Emily Baker. I know those two have been teammates over the years in their club games, but
throw all that out the window,
throw it out the window in this, man. This is high school ball.
That's right. So a free kick coming up here for Collinsville, about 45 yards away, right in front of their bench. And the ball on the way stays low and right in front of the 18-yard box. It's popped up high. And then it takes a little spin backwards in the Collinsville direction. That gives Collinsville a chance to try to chase it down. And then the ball is sent over here to this near sideline where it is picked up by Deshelle Carter. Carter, she gets a little separation there from Carly Call. Now Carter sends one into the middle, and that just missed the legs of Emily Baker. Collinsville comes away with it. And here is Ashley Giannini. Giannini sends it all the way up and off of Kira Van Dyke. And back out to midfield it goes. Over to the far side. Into the middle. And then back over this way. And that is Christina Castelli. She'll send the ball onto the foot of Kelly Mossman. Mossman sends it all the way over across the field. And it ends up going out of bounds. And Carly Call will have a throw in here for Collinsville. And kind of overthrows Sophia Kiefner.
Look like a little bit of head-to-head contact here with Kiefner. And
yeah. And now we're going to stop the clock with exactly 30 minutes left to play as A couple of the girls collide there, and looked like Deshelle Carter took the worst of it, but she appears to be okay.
Kiefner took it too. She's holding that head.
And we have our first substitutions of this game, and out goes Deshelle Carter. And in her stead comes Hope Richardson. Megan Summer checks into the game, as does Aubrey Johnson, as Addie and Georgia Cox go to the bench. And Carly Call sends us back to work. And Alton will send the ball out of bounds. So Call will have another throw in, this one right at midfield. Throws it down, pops up. That just rolled right up the leg of Sophia Kiefner.
Either throw it to her chest and let her bring it down, or throw it to her feet, but don't slam it into the ground and make it hard for her to try and bring it down.
Yeah. I'm sure she didn't mean to, but you know what they say. What is that saying? Kiss, keep it simple, stupid.
Something like that.
That's what you got to do, is just keep things simple.
Yep.
You know, it's and I don't mean to call anybody stupid. That's not what I was saying.
I know.
Throw in coming up here by Kiefner. And off of the head of Jordan Gary. Then she gets ran into from behind. No call. Collinsville finds the ball. Here's Kara Van Dyke. Van Dyke will send one toward the goal, and it just goes over the football uprights. And it'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for Peyton Baker.
Give Kira credit for having the awareness, knowing that all she had to do was take a touch, put it out in front, and get one on frame. Unfortunately, she just could not keep it down.
Yeah, there were two Lady Redbirds closing in
They
on
were
her. She had no choice.
Right.
They had to get that ball off. So Baker not taking this kick. It's sent out and down, and it goes toward the Collinsville bench. And the Kahawks try to intercept, and they will. Here is Bolandis. She'll send the ball all the way up and past everybody wearing purple. The defense takes care of it for Alton. Then it hits a Collinsville player and kind of dies there for a moment. But Collinsville comes up with it. Giannini sends it up to the front of her bench and finds Megan Summer with it. Summer over on the far side, and unable to keep control of the ball over there was Aubrey Johnson. So throw-in coming up here for Alton.
This will be your last year of deciphering between the
I know,
Johnsons.
huh?
Yep.
Yeah, and the Geisen boys over at volleyball.
Yep.
They're easy to spot, though. One's got brown hair and one's got red hair.
Correct.
But these Johnson girls, they look alike, especially from this far away.
They do. They run alike.
Yeah.
Yep. It's
Usually,
good stuff.
Usually got the same hairdo, ponytails.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Jordan Gary. Of course, then after that, next year we'll probably have the Smith girls on the varsity side, right?
You will.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah. Ava got a goal today in the JV game.
I think that's her first of the year.
Ava and Ella Smith. Back out to midfield it goes. And off of the body of Emily Baker. And down for Lindsay Miller. Miller springs one of her Lady Redbird friends over there on the far side. And a centering pass, a crossing pass. And that one went right across just as it looked like Emily Baker was coming in to try to score.
A little bit easier to decipher between the Van Dyke sisters since they really you know, aren't.
One's in goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, wearing different color uniform. Here is Carly, the youngest of the Van Dykes. And down it goes. Collinsville trying to track it down. Carly Call will kick it out of bounds. Alton will have a throw in. Big congratulations to our athletic director, Clay Smith, named Athletic Director of the Year from the Athletic Directors Association. So that's nice. No, we already know he's the best, but now everybody else does too.
It's a pretty big deal, I'm sure.
Yeah. There was Shelby Hawk. First time I've called her name in this game besides the opening lineups. And a little tap back to Peyton Baker, and Baker immediately sends it out over to the far side, comes into the middle, and Alton sends it up past the Kahawk defense. Belanda's trying to settle it down. Another pickle liker over there, huh? Pickles.
Yeah.
What's up with the pickles, man?
I'm a pickle fan myself.
I like pickles, but it's not my favorite snack.
I would agree.
I don't. When I think of a snack, I do not think pickles.
So you don't go to the fridge saying, I'm going to get a pickle.
I'm going to get a pickle. No, I do not. Pickles are for hamburgers and, sandwiches and pickle relish for the hot dog and things like that.
Those are a hot item at the concession stand, just so you know.
Oh, yeah, I know. And plus they got those big fat ones, too, that they sell at, like, convenience stores. already in the little packages. Well, I could take like 3 bites out of that and I'd be done. I don't need the flavor of pickle that much. That one goes bouncing all the way over toward the fence on the far side. We'll be back here Saturday for the big Kahok Boys Track and Field Invitational, the Kahok Invitational. Myself and Zach Roseman will be here from about 10 o'clock till probably 3.
It's a long day.
It is a long day. It was supposed to be nice. A few days ago when I saw the 7-day forecast, it said sunny and 77. Now I don't think it says that. I think it's like cloudy and a chance for some rain, but I think the rain will mostly move out before anybody shows up that day. So hopefully the weather will cooperate. We've been here for both, man. We've been here when it was wet and drizzly all day. Last year was beautiful. It was sunny and about 75, 77 all day long. It was really nice. So we have that to look forward to. Season's winding down, man.
Is our soccer boys soccer buddy Trey Peterson still tearing up the track?
Oh yeah, he's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah,
I think he's number 8 in all of St. Louis in the 1600.
Nice.
He has the 8th best time, I believe. I might even be wrong. I might even be ripping him off. Might be the 4th best. I got all that stuff written down somewhere, man. I've been writing down stuff about track for the last 5 days now, and I'm almost finished.
Oh,
I got We're trying to figure out when it all actually started. It's it's an annual event now.
I saw your post asking questions about that.
There's a shot and a save by Van Dyke. I believe that's the first shot on goal by either team.
I would agree.
Yeah, so I got on the Belleville News Democrat and wanted to look through their archives, but they wanted to charge me $8 for the pleasure. So I paid it. It's $8 a month, actually, so I paid it, and then I'm going to cancel it after I get done. So I have figured out that the very first, so far anyway, the earliest one that pops up is 1998. So I think that was when the Kahok Invitational got started.
Okay.
But the STL site only has stats and champions listed since 2009. So now I'm trying to go back and find all the champions that are missing so I can update everything. It's a process, man. I tell you what, I put in a lot of work for these things.
Could you imagine if this was a paid gig?
Oh, man. If I was paid by
hourly,
yeah, if I was paid by the word, I'd be doing all right. Hourly would be good too. 23 minutes and some change left here in this first half. We'll get back to soccer now. Here's Jordan Gary.
Why we're here?
Yeah, it is. I think so. And over to the far side in front of the Kahok bench. I believe that is Addie Johnson back into the game.
See, your eyes are good.
Yeah. I do wear glasses. They help sometimes. For the most part, they do. I didn't even have to start wearing glasses till I was like 40.
Oh, God.
I had to,
18.
I had to start wearing them just to read. And then as time went on, I was like, okay, this isn't working anywhere now. Up the sideline, here is Allison Hennessy. Hennessy just outside the box. Van Dyke chips one up there, and then a pop-up, and Baker makes the save all the way with hands overhead.
Allison Hennessy taking possession at about the 30-yard line, making a great run down this left flank. Got the cross off. Unfortunately, nobody there to really cash it in.
Yeah, that's when you want bodies in the box.
Bodies in the box.
Let the bodies at the box. I mean, that's the floor, isn't it?
So, yeah, I think you're right.
Out of bounds with the ball. Throw in coming up here for Christina Castelli.
So far, halfway through, I would say it's been pretty much a 50-50 possession type game.
Yeah.
Nobody really dominating possession at this point.
Hennessy gets the ball over to Aubrey Johnson. Now back to Hennessy. Hennessy's got some speed, too. She cuts in over here on this left side into the corner area, waiting for a little help. Jordan Gary comes in, uses that body to block off her defender, and then ticks the ball over and runs right in to Adeline Redmond. Redmond's not 24. I didn't mark yours down like that. I got mine. 24 is Grace Massey. She's not on the list. I had to write her in, too.
No, I was wanted to see who number 18 was here on this right back for Alton.
Christina Castelli, a sophomore defenseman.
I think if we got somebody even with a little bit more speed than Hennessy on this left side, it's something that we could exploit.
That ball ends up going across the line.
Could be a mismatch.
On a throw-in. And now Collinsville will take their turn on a throw-in. We're almost halfway through this first half. Not dark yet. I'm liking that. Boy, the sun comes up really early now, too. I like leave for work at 6:45, and it's already blaring. I like it.
I'm just getting up about 6:30, so
Yeah.
haven't had my coffee to even look outside. Handball, maybe?
Gary sets it up, yep.
Let's move
So
quick
Collinsville
here.
will have a free kick coming up here from about 45 yards away after the handball was called. And it'll be Shelby Hawk. Nope, it will not be Shelby Hawk. It will be Ashley Giannini.
Let's get this in the air. Get a little loft inside the 18, like that-ish.
Whoa, that went through everybody. Well, unlike the beginning of the week, there is absolutely no wind here today.
No.
The American flag over there is just laying there. It's just limp. And after Mondays and Tuesdays wind, I'm glad.
Yeah, the last few days I've been down here on this campus for those, picking my daughter up from practice and whatnot, and the dirt coming off of that hill has been she says it's unbearable. She comes home and it's in your teeth, it's in your ears. We need a good rain to kind of tamp some of that dust coming off that hill.
Yeah, I had a Kahok baseball game Tuesday afternoon, and it was doing the same thing. Baseball's got a lot of grass on their field, but home plate and the infield, man, that stuff was just kicking up everywhere.
Yeah.
Alton sends the ball down to the defensive side for Collinsville once again over the head of Bolandis. And Bolandis got lucky as that ball banked the way that it did. Collinsville sends it up right to the end of their bench. Sydney Carroll over there making the stop. Her team victorious here earlier, 3-0. Throw in far side for Alton. Collinsville uses a head to get it out of the way, and then 3 Alton Lady Redbirds converge on the ball, but Collinsville is the one who gets it going in the general direction until it eludes everybody else wearing the purple and the white. And it comes down onto the foot of Redmond, and Redmond trying to keep it going. Gets the ball up to Carter. Here is Carter trying to cut up the middle. That was blocked out by Muniz. And then back to the Alton defense it goes. A little chip pass, if you will, off of the foot of Castelli. Castelli gets it back, and then it's sent by Mossman all the way back down into the teeth of the Collinsville defense. And that defense will send the ball down. Shelby Hawk sends it over to the other side of the 50-yard line of the football field, but circling around is Jada Bruce. Ball knocked out of bounds by Collinsville, and Bruce will have a throw-in between the benches. Does so at midfield to Abby Davis. And Alton trying to settle the ball down. Davis gets it right back. Davis sends it into the middle of the field, and once again, Mossman takes control. Gets it over to Carter. Carter over here on this near sideline. Nice job stepping in front of her by Carly Call. And Collinsville sends it out to get out of bounds, and it'll be another throw-in. Coming up here for Alton, Christina Castelli with the honors. 17:40 left to play here in this first half. No score between Collinsville and Alton. Each team has had one shot on goal. That's been it. Here is Hennessy again. Hennessy sends the ball up past the defense, but I think that ball went out of bounds.
He got it. Yep.
Just barely, but it did. Another throw in for Castelli. Throws it up the line, but overthrows her intended target, which was Deshelle Carter. So Bolandis finds the ball first, and she'll send it across the line and make Alton throw it in. This time to throw in coming from Emily Baker. Baker throws it into Carter once again. Back over to right off of the face. That had to hurt. Carly Call's got to be feeling every bit of that. Man.
Head? I don't know. I'm not sure where she took
I
it.
think she got it off the cheek. Yeah, they're going to call a timeout and check her for probably concussions because that was a hard hit ball, and I think it hit her right in the cheek.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, it wasn't square in the nose, or we'd be talking about a completely different story. So Carly Call is going to have to go off. Precautionary measures. Got to make sure that everything's okay. She'll go over and hang out with Amanda Bauer for a moment. And Megan Summer checks back into the game. That turns into a corner kick. That one off of Carly's face and across the end line. Second corner kick for Alton. This one from the near side. She puts that one into the side of the net.
Take that all day.
Heck yeah. Can't blame that on the wind.
No.
17, Georgia Cox.
Georgia Cox checks back into the game. And heading to the bench is Addison Muniz. Carly Van Dyke with a goal kick restart. Send us back to action. 16-15 left to play here in this first half. That one doesn't make it very far. And then we have a push from behind called on someone. It's against Alton, so Collinsville will get a free kick, but it's going to be from a long ways away.
With that sub of Georgia Cox coming in, it pushes Addie Muniz out. Looks like Coach Munoz has moved from a 1-4 back system to a 1-3, and looks like we're trying to get a little more offense. Maybe she's trying to make a little bit of a push here.
There is Lainey Bolandis with the free kick. She'll send it into the Collinsville offensive zone, right onto the foot of Georgia Cox. You couldn't have planned that any better if you wanted to. Over onto the far side, Ashley Giannini. Giannini sends it over to Addie Johnson. Addie works her way up that far sideline. She's got Bruce right alongside with her, but Johnson trying to put on a move to get a cross going on over
corner,
there.
Right? Yeah.
Yep, that's across the end line. Collinsville will have their first corner kick of this game.
I'd like to see somebody put this right inside about the top of the 6-yard box and someone just come crashing in. Just sell out one time.
Addie Johnson with the corner kick from the far side corner.
Go get it.
There's Hennessy running into the middle of the box and almost, there we go. There we go. How about that? Georgia Cox puts one in. She found one over on the near side post and put it in.
Addie Johnson with the corner sends a screamer right through the middle of that 6-yard box. Not quite where I had said, but Georgia Cox there to bury it home on that back post. Now, did somebody else tap that or touch that before it got to Georgia?
It looked like Kira Van Dyke got a foot on it.
It looked like somebody had touched it. I didn't know what had happened, but Georgia, right place, right time. Good job, girl.
Yeah. So Collinsville takes the 1-0 lead.
Scored by number 17, Georgia Cox.
7th goal of the year, team leader.
I'm the goal, 2507, Cox.
So the Lady Cahawks have a lead. Nice to see. 14.5 minutes now left to go here in this first half. And Alton with the throw-in. Looked like for a minute that ball popped off of the crossbar and didn't go in until I saw the net move.
Oh. I'd have to go back and look at the video.
Yeah, optical illusion, you know.
Thus far into this match, I mean, as similar to the one up at Alton, as long as we can control Emily Baker, this is Collinsville's game.
That's exactly what Belanda said in the pregame interview.
Yep. If they can control her, if they can cancel her out, I really believe that they can win this match.
Another throw-in coming up here. That one misses everybody, and it's dangerous going across the end line. That's what you don't want to do on a throw-in. Miss everybody and have it roll across the end line.
Right.
Goal kick restart coming up here for Kira Van Dyke. Or excuse me, Carly. You know, they couldn't have named one Donna. They got to both begin with a K.
I don't think Donna was a trending name.
No, probably not. Yeah, I'm thinking from my childhood. All those older names are no longer feasible. I was doing a softball game a couple of weeks ago, and the opposing team had a girl. Her name was Jersey, J-E-R-Z-Y. I thought that was pretty cool. Referees want to talk about something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. The conference was about. Collinsville thought it was their throw-in, but overruled by the official.
Yeah, it was Emily Baker on the throw-in. The ball comes right back to her, and then I was almost off of the face of Van Dyke,
job,
and
Kira.
there we go.
Kira Van Dyke coming all the way back into her own defensive corner, playing defense, and banks it off of her during the goal kick.
Sophia Kiefner goes out, and Aubrey Johnson checks back in. So the Johnson girls are out there, and they both have the same color headband. They have the same ponytail, except one's got braids.
Okay, so just look at the armband for captain for Addie Johnson. Yep, and that should help you.
Okay. You know, because that armband is so big.
I'm just trying to help, man.
I know. Here is Shelby Hawk off of her head, down for Baker. Baker Sends it up, and then that ball ends up going across the end line, and we are going to have another corner kick for Alton. This will be their third.
Giannini doing a good job defending Emily Baker there. Unfortunately, the ball banks off of her, earns a corner kick for Alton.
All the way over on the far side corner it is, and that is Abby Davis who will take this kick for the Lady Redbirds. High, out front, right in the middle, falls down in front of a bunch of bodies, and Collinsville trying to get it out of there, and that ball will go across the end line, and we'll have another corner kick.
These things are make me a little nervous. I don't feel like we defend corners all that well. Collinsville's got to do everything they can to get this ball out of the box.
Another high kick, but this one, it looks like it's going to go from the other side and off of the head of Baker. And it's going to go travel across the sideline. And it'll be a throw-in now instead of a corner kick here for Alton. And here once again is Adeline Redmond. Well, we're going to give it up now for Baker. Baker, I think, got her headband knocked off on that head ball. She had to put that back on. Baker throws it in, and it's sent right back to Baker. Off of the head of one of the Lady Kahawks. Collinsville will send it out of bounds again, and Baker once again will have another throw-in. This time she throws it straight down onto the ground to Carter. Carter sends it in front. Jordan Gary trying to get it out. Didn't get it very far. Miller got a foot on it, and then a shot, and that one goes wide over here on the near side. And Collinsville escapes.
You know, I've watched Emily Baker take all of these throw-ins in the offensive zone for Alton, and I feel like that's kind of a waste while you're using your best player to actually just take a simple throw when you would maybe use her as a target and throw into her. Kind of a strange tactic.
Boys volleyball team lost a tough one over to Belleville West in the gymnasium. Collinsville took the first game 25-23. Belleville West took the next two 25-16 and 25-20. Seedings for boys volleyball came out today. The postseason schedule will come out tomorrow.
Ooh.
Jordan Gary just got kicked in the shin.
Just
that
crushed.
never feels good. Here is Baker. Shelby Hawk watching her like a hawk. Now over to Addie Johnson. Johnson sends it up the sideline right in front of the Alton bench, but it never did go out of bounds. And then Van Dyke tried to step in front of the ball, couldn't get there. Circling with it is Cook. And Cook will end up sending it back to the defense. Defense, a spinning high ball, and that one is going to head across the end line and another corner kick. If that ball wouldn't have been spinning like it was, then it wouldn't have went that direction after the header. So the fifth corner kick coming up here for Alton. 8:50 left to play here in this first half. Collinsville up 1-0 on a goal by Georgia Cox. Her team leading 7. That one goes right off the top.
That hit the yellow.
That hit the yellow.
That hit the yellow bar.
Yeah. Okay, they got the right call.
Yep.
It's nice when the referees will stop and talk about it just to make sure. So, a goal kick restart here for Carly Van Dyke.
I was having this conversation with a coworker today, actually, about those field goals directly behind the soccer goals. And I know those things at some places are...
Yeah, they're removable.
Well, or you can turn them.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that's not done more often.
Yeah. I know that they've replaced the field a couple of times, but I don't think the goalposts have been replaced for a while. You can see some of the rust on the goalpost when you were down there close enough.
I'm going to guess they're not cheap.
I would think not. I would think not. That ball ends up going in front of the Kahok bench, and then it goes into the bench. And they're going to say Collinsville touched it last, so Alton will have a throw-in down there at the end of the bench.
They could probably use a paint job, though.
Yeah, I'm sure they could. And Alton sends it all the way back down to midfield. Oh. Ooh. There's been a lot of hit girls here today, man. That's kind of crazy.
Uh-oh.
Opportunity here for Alton. Baker turns with it and sends it right into the middle. She finds Abby Davis. Davis trying to find some room to maneuver, sends it over here onto the near side for Carter. And Carter has that ball knocked out of bounds, but she was the last one to touch it. Throw in coming up here from Megan Summer. Summer off of Carter. Carter's like, I'm taking a beating, and I'm not very happy about it. Got hit in the head earlier. That one was off the chest. Down for Hennessy. Hennessy sends it right back to Summer. Summer sends it toward the middle, trying to find Jordan Gary there, but instead Lindsey Miller comes up with it. And now out to midfield for Abby Davis. Davis had that ball stolen from her by Jordan Gary. Gary has Hennessy coming up this near sideline and then sends it that way. And here is Hennessy deep on this left wing. Sends it back to Jordan Gary. Gary looking for some maneuverability. Gets it back over to Hennessy. Hennessy, I thought she was going to shoot there for a minute. She had a little bit of room to move. Then it just kind of closed down. Here is Summer. Sends it into the middle now for Muniz. Muniz will send it over to the far side for Giannini. Giannini has that ball knocked out of bounds. That was last touched by Maddie Cook. So a throw-in for Collinsville. Thought they had something going on here on this near side for a moment.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate sequence because I felt like there were a couple opportunities to either get the serve or possibly either cut in between those two Alton defenders and get a shot. Instead, we opt for the switch, and it didn't pay off.
No, it did not. Far sideline. Popped up right in front of the box. Alton sends it right back out. Here once again is Giannini. Giannini sends it up and trying real hard to spring Addie Johnson for a goal, but the defender got that leg up just in time to keep that ball from going any farther. Here is Carter, but Carter kind of mishits it, and now it goes out of bounds. Carly Call with a throw-in right over the head of Aubrey Johnson. And they'll just go ahead and tap that one back to Peyton Baker, and she'll pop one up. That doesn't go very far at all.
She'd like that one back.
I'm sure she would. Goes right behind Van Dyke. She gets squeezed off by a couple of defenders. And onto the foot of Miller. Miller sends it up to Baker. Baker mishandled the ball. Collinsville sends it back up. Here is Van Dyke. Has Hennessy coming up on the near side. Also had Aubrey Johnson cutting through the middle. And Van Dyke gets it back, popped up. And Kira stays with it, but it's going to belong to Alton. I think that was touched with a hand.
I think if Kira, I think there's a better opportunity if Kira slides that through to Aubrey Johnson versus trying to go outside to Hennessy on that ball.
Oh, man, I'm telling you what. Carter is having a rough game. She kicked that one off of her own face.
Glasses fell off and everything. Poor kid.
I'm telling you. A rough day at the office.
Come on, Kira.
Over to Bruce. And up.
Kira's getting tired.
And here is Baker, but that's offside just barely.
Ooh, I don't think he was even in the right position to make the call.
4.5 minutes to go here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville on the strength of a Georgia Cox goal at the 25-minute mark.
There was a sequence in the JV game when on the first goal for Collinsville, I don't remember who scored it, and the Alton coach was begging for an offsides call, and there was a disagreement. We'll
in the JV game?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
between,
I saw
between
that.
the coaches and Coach Boyd. I saw him pull the video up from the huddle, walk it over to the coach, and she's like, okay, you're right.
Well, see, it's a good thing I got that JV game on the huddle because they didn't have it up there when I got here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There was about 5 minutes gone in that first half, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll get it on for him. Here is Bolandas. All these girls have been really super nice to talk to in these interviews.
They're all sweet kids.
Yeah.
Every one of them. I was at the trivia night, we had as one of our biggest fundraisers last week, and one of my friends sitting at the table was like, man, I know they're not having a lot of success on the field, but I'm watching these girls, and they just look like they like each other and have fun.
Yeah, that's what Lainey said during the interview. She's like, I know it's been a tough season, but it's still fun. We don't like to lose, but it's fun to play.
Right.
Yeah. We have, we'll get Shelby Hawk. We have 2 more seniors to get before the season ends, and it's going to go right down to the very end. We have Shelby Hawk. Friday will be here for the next Friday, not tomorrow. Next Friday we'll be here for the Edwardsville game. We'll interview game at Edwardsville for the regional semifinal. The only one we have left is Sophia Kiefner. We'll interview her then.
There you go.
Yeah. The only senior we're not going to interview is Addie Johnson because I already interviewed Addie when she was doing the volleyball thing. So that's why I left her for last, just in case I didn't have enough time.
Yeah.
Figured I already talked to her once. We don't need to rehash everything. Mom and Dad's name again. What's your favorite music? All that stuff. Didn't we just do that?
Only one bite at the apple, Addie.
Yeah, or the pickle. Here is Alton. Boy, I'm surprised she didn't shoot that ball.
Right, she had a good shot.
Man,
good
she
clear.
had, there was a lot of room there for Redmond to shoot, and she just didn't. Sent all the way back out to the defense, and Kelly Mossman tries to send it up, and they'll just send it out of bounds now. Whistle on the play as we have a couple of substitutions coming in here for Collinsville. As Morgan Lang checks into the game, as does Sophia Kiefner. Morgan Lane's first
appearance tonight.
First appearance in this game. Van Dyke trying to settle the ball down, uses her head, trying to find Kiefner, but that ball comes over here to call, popped up by Gary. Right into a triangle there of nothing but defensive players. Here is Carter once again, who has been beaten up in this game. Yeah, it was a nice move by Hennessy. She came in and just said, I'll take the ball. Thank you very much. Oh, man. Tried to leave herself a little bit of a pass, but in a little bit too far.
This Castelli, the wingback for Alton, she's trying to push everybody out towards this flank, this left flank. The opportunity to cut in has been there so many times and try and get something served across, and we're just not doing it. We continue to want to ram down this left line.
Carly Call kicks the ball across the sideline. 1 minute left here in the first half. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. And a throw in coming up here for Baker. She throws it right down to the ground, gets it right back. And
she wants that back.
Yeah, I'm sure. Unless she was trying to send the ball over to the All-Pro Tees. One of our fine sponsors.
Good people over there.
Mm-hmm.
Great asset to the community.
35 seconds left to play here in this first half. Van Dyke sends the ball back into play, and out towards midfield it goes. That's off of the body of Van Dyke, and another throw-in coming up here for Christina Castelli. Castelli throws it in trying to find Baker, but Bolandis was there instead. Sends the ball out of bounds. More precious seconds tick away as Castelli throws in another one with 10 seconds to go, and once again, Bolandis gets there. That ball goes across the line, and by the time they get there to pick that ball up and throw it in, it'll be over. And that's exactly what happened. So after one half of play, a Georgia Cox goal in the 25th minute is the only scoring. And we will take a break here. It's time now for the halftime show brought to you by Woods Basement Systems in Collinsville. All things basement-y. Woods Basement Systems. Give them a call. They've been doing their thing since 1986, and their headquarters is in Collinsville, and that number is 618-708-4055. We will scour the interwebs for some scores, and we'll bring those to you next at the Woods Basement Halftime Show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition in Pontoon Beach provides complete commercial, industrial, and residential demolition and excavating services. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is family-owned and operated by former Kahawks since 1980 and have over 4 decades serving the Metro East. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is your choice for quality and experienced work at a reasonable price. Schaefer's does jobs of any size, whether digging for water and sewer lines, site preparation, or building demolition. Schaefer's can do it all. Schaefer's Excavating and Demolition also sells backfill, topsoil, loam, and other materials. Licensed, bonded, and insured, from earth moving and land clearing to building and demolition and road construction to septic and sewer system work. Call the experienced crew at Schaefer Excavating and Demolition, 618-931-6237.
Looking for good food, good times, and good people? Look no further than the Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Just over the bridge from the Kahok Stadium, Bridge Inn features a friendly and courteous staff that serves up the coldest drinks and the best food in the Metro East. Lunch and dinner is available daily with a breakfast menu every Saturdays and Sunday morning. And don't forget about fantastic fish fry Fridays. Bridge Inn also features pool tournaments on most weekends and a gaming area for the over 21 crowd. Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Check them out at 519 North Main Street in Caseyville. Call for carryout orders at 618-344-3530. The best is yet to come at the Bridge Inn in Caseyville. 618-344-3530. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from other coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahok Sports Network, as well as the Kahok Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Edwardsville at 1012 Plummer Drive, or call Jason Regg at 618-307-7048, or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, members SIPC.
Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com. And we welcome you back into the Woods Basement Systems halftime show here on the Kahok Sports Network. It is halftime here. Collinsville has a 1-0 lead. Georgia Cox with her 7th goal of the year at the 25th minute mark, somewhere around there, 25:07. And that's where we stand right now. Collinsville leading 1-0. Elsewhere, softball, varsity won. They were playing East St. Louis, and they won that one 21-1. The JV softball team played Father McGivney and lost that game 17-7. Baseball team, after picking up a big win against Alton at Fletcher Field, went to Alton and lost this afternoon by a score of 2-1. The JV team also lost 19-7. Boys volleyball, JV team lost in 2 sets, 25-14 and 25-22. And the varsity side lost in 3 sets. Collinsville won the first set, 25-23, and then dropped the next two, 25-16 and 25-20. And in case you didn't know or you didn't hear and you don't want to hear, the Cardinals lost today by a score of 11-7. That is a look at the Woods Basement Systems halftime show. One more break coming your way, and then we'll get you back to second half action in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hello, everybody. This is Mike Ogle with Ogle Auctions, and we hope you are enjoying tonight's game, and go Kahawks. Hey, check us out. Every Sunday night, we have an online auction at www.ogleauctions.com. Everything from grandma's china to grandma's motorcycle helmet, it's all here at Ogle Auctions every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Check us out, and we will see you soon.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. First National Bank of Waterloo. with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200. Diamonds for Kahawks is a facility improvement project to develop a baseball, softball, and football/soccer field for CHS students and our communities to utilize. The project includes 2 baseball fields, 2 softball fields, a soccer/football field, concession stand, bathrooms, and parking. The development of this facility will benefit the band, PE classes, baseball team, softball team, and soccer team with a centralized location, ease of access, and an eye-catching complex. Please contact A.D. Clay Smith to donate to this project or visit the Collinsville Area Community Foundation website to make your tax-deductible donation today. And welcome back to Kahok Stadium here at Collinsville High School. Nighttime is falling upon us. Sun is down, and we've got some clouds in the area as we're expecting some rain tomorrow. Maybe early in the morning, and then stretching throughout the day. Maybe. I don't know. These weather forecasts, man, they change from day to day anymore. You get all excited because 5 days ago they said it was going to be a nice day, and then when the day actually gets here, it's like, what happened?
I contend that we should stick to about a 3-day weather forecast. These 7-day weather forecasts are hardly ever right when you're talking about that 6th and 7th day. We're underway here in the second half. Collinsville leads 1-0 on a first-half goal by Georgia Cox. We switch sides, and now Kira Van Dyke occupying the goal to your left, and Peyton Baker occupying the goal to your right. Play over on the far side, right in front of the Kahok bench. Comes back out to the Kahok defense, and then Jordan Gary, she gets a hold of the ball and sends it back and moves it all the way over to midfield. Sends it up the sideline and almost tripped up Addie Johnson over there. Johnson stayed with it, gets it back over to Gary. Gary back into the center circle now for Shelby Hawk. Shelby shouting some directions. Get up. Sound like Mike Shannon. Get up, baby. Get up.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a baseball game Tuesday. Ken Oberkfell joined me, and we talked about him for a while. Those two guys were like best buds because Shannon lived in Edwardsville and Oberkfell lives in Maryville.
Is Ken still in Maryville?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yep, sure is.
Came back home.
Yeah.
Boy, I got some Oberkfell stories, man.
Yeah?
Oh, my dad and him were good buddies.
Are they PG?
I think they
Not
involve,
all of
I
them.
think they involve.
That's what I asked Oberkfell. I said, can you tell us the Mike Shannon stories? He's like, not on the internet.
Yeah, I know they involved cocktails.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Cold frosty one. All right, back to action here. We'll have to say that for another day. Out of bounds, that one goes. Ken Oberkfell's a good guy. I was having breakfast with my wife over at Lottie's a couple weeks ago, and his brother Chuck came in. Said, appreciate you getting my brother something to do. I'm like, no problem. In front of the Kahok bench, down to Van Dyke. Van Dyke sends it up the sideline, trying to spring Kiefner over there, but that ball was sent packing by the defense of Alton. Now Collinsville will send it back to the offensive side, but the defense for Alton there once again, and that is Callie Mossman. Mossman has that ball go out of bounds, and a throw-in coming up here for Alton in between the benches. And up in front of the Kahok bench it goes once again. And a whole gaggle of legs over there trying to keep that ball going in the right direction. And so far, all the play here in this beginning of the second half has taken place over there.
Yeah, come on this side. It's easier to see. It's more fun.
Yeah, a little closer for the people watching. Here's Van Dyke to Gary. Gary sends it over here to this side, and that ball was mishit. As Giannini was trying to find Kiefner, but Kiefner was already running upfield, vacated that spot at the sideline, and that's exactly where the ball went. That's off of the back of Giannini. Popped up. Here is Georgia Cox, who has the only goal so far in this game, and that goes over the head of all the defenders. Belandis will chase it down, and she'll do a little blocking job there of Emily Baker. So Carly Van Dyke can take care of that ball. That's sent back and off of the head of one of the Alton players and out of bounds. Throw in coming up here for Collinsville, and this is Ashley Giannini who will take care of that. And that was stepped right in front of its intended target, and Maddie Cook did a nice job there. And a throw in coming up here for Alton and Jada Bruce. Bruce throws it in front of the box, and Belandis will send it back out. And Georgia Cox got the first foot on it, and then a little battle there between Cox and Lindsey Miller. Won by Miller at the end, as Alton has spent a little time here in the attack zone, but they have not been able to get any closer than the top of the box.
Nice turn there by Miller.
Yeah, sure was. Miller sends it all the way over to the far side, and then off of a Kahok, and it finds our oft-injured Deshelle Carter, and here is Van Dyke scooping that one up. Maybe Carter will have a little better luck on the far side than she did over here on the near side. Out to midfield. Bruce couldn't handle it. And the ball comes down and roll right across the top of Bruce's head. Tracking the ball down is Mossman. She'll send it across the sideline. Collinsville trying to get in attack mode as they are down here in the offensive zone. Here is Jordan Gary. Gary looking to maneuver. as Kiefner tries to help out a little bit. Sent it back. Giannini will pop it to the front of the box, unfortunately. No one there wearing the purple and the white, but it ends up finding one. Addie Johnson finds the ball first over there on that left wing and sends it back over to Georgia Cox. Georgia sends it back over to Johnson. Johnson will try to track it down over there in that far corner. She'll send one out into the middle, but there wasn't anyone there except for Miller. Miller plays for the other team. Gary tracks the ball down near the midfield circle. So I'm assuming that that circle out there has something to do with soccer since it's yellow. Part of the soccer formation.
Which circle are we referring to?
Circle in the middle of the field.
Well, yeah. That's the center circle.
Okay.
It's like center ice circle for hockey.
Yeah. Center ice face-off circle.
Yeah. There's just no face-off. It's a kickoff.
Right. Yes. There's Baker for Alton. Puts on the brakes. Sends it back right into the middle of that circle and on top of the Kahok logo. Over here now for Bruce. Bruce. She made a mistake hitting that ball, and she almost paid for it because I thought for a minute there that Gary was going to get it and start heading upfield with it, but that never materialized. Collinsville, though, does get the ball. Here is Kiefner. Kiefner trying to throw the ball in for Allison Hennessy. Hennessy turns around, but she's triple teamed there. Comes back out, and here is Jordan Gary. She pops the ball up, takes it back herself. Got a little pressure from behind, and will send it back over here to Giannini. Giannini tries to thread the needle and trying to find Georgia Cox, but she mishit that one off the wrong part of her foot. And instead it finds Abby Davis. Davis into the middle circle once again for Baker. Baker sends the ball up, trying to chase it down as Maddie Cook, but she won't get there.
Speaking of our award-winning athletic director, check him out down there in the
I know.
in the end zone to the left.
Yeah.
Talk about relaxed.
He is, man. He's got that brace on his knee, and it's all propped up. Looks like all he needs is a cold drink, and he's in there like bus fare, as my best friend Mike says. 32 minutes and 45 seconds left to play here in the second half. Collinsville holding on right now to a 1-0 lead. They got that goal in the first half off the leg of Georgia Cox, near side post. Jordan Gary's over here talking to Kiefner and trying to tell her to go somewhere, and meanwhile the ball went right behind her.
Nah. There's definitely some instructions going on there from the captain.
Here is Jordan Gary. Steps there, takes control of the ball. Tries to send it up to Kiefner, but Bruce was stepping right in front of her and stopped that. Bruce sends it over to Baker. Baker at the top of the circle at midfield, trying to get past Shelby Hawk, and then does so with a pass, trying to send it over to Carter, and Carter gets double teamed, and nice job over there by Collinsville's Allison Hennedy to poke that ball across the sideline right before it was hitting ready to head over the end line. So instead of a corner kick, it's a throw-in. All the way over on the far side of the field. Shelby Hawk. Wow.
Take that goal kick.
Yeah. Well, off of Shelby Hawk's head and then off of one of the Alton Lady Redbirds' head and then across the end line. So that's a lot better than I thought things were going to turn out.
Yes, sir. A couple subs checking in. Addison Muniz.
Number 12, Megan Summer, number 19.
Megan Summer.
Addison Muniz.
Muniz and Summer check back in as Carly Van Dyke sends the ball back in play. Kira Van Dyke over to the far sideline, and then that ball is lost and kicked into the Collinsville bench, right over the back of the bench. Nothing tomorrow. We'll be back here Saturday for track and field. I think after work we're going to take a little run over to the Fairmount Racetrack and put a bet on the Kentucky Derby for Saturday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'll get out of here about 3 o'clock. Kentucky Derby post time's usually around 5:35, so we will head somewhere and watch it and hope that we have that winning ticket.
I'm waiting for that Racino to take off down there. It would be a huge boon for this community.
I have not been to the track in years because I always do the Kahok Invitational. Here's a shot and right to Van Dyke. Believe it or not, that's only the second shot on goal for Alton in this game.
Yep.
And that matches the two that Collinsville has. Not a lot of shots on goal here in this game compared to the last game when Collinsville outshot Alton 16-8. Here's Jordan Gary. Sends it back to the defense. And Lady Belandis, our pregame guest, sends it over to the far side as Collinsville looks to work it up. A little no-look pass over there to that far side. And here is Hennessy. If she can get past Mossman, she'll be on the loose, man, because she's got some motors.
Sure does.
Hennessy once again being pressured from behind, and this time she loses the ball, so a throw-in coming up here for Alton. 29.5 minutes to go here in this second half. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. Here is Baker. Baker sends it back to the defense, and once again, Mossman. She'll send it up, trying to find Carter. Now, Baker sends it up, but right to Giannini, and Giannini in turn sends it up for Gary. Gary over here to Kiefner. Kiefner trying to get around Bruce. Does so. Nice little pass, and splitting the defense. Here is Hennessy. Hennessy with a shot, and that one's going to roll. And it goes right to Baker. I think one of the defenders might have got a toe on that ball.
Yeah, it did, because it had some spin coming off of it for sure.
Good opportunity there for Collinsville. Count says a shot on goal, though.
First look I've seen of Hennessy running up top as a 9 or a striker all year. Haven't seen this.
Yeah. She's got that burst of speed, that's for sure. There is Hawk. Sends it up past the defense, and Peyton Baker will have to come out and scoop that one up. Out to midfield we go, and Kara Van Dyke uses that head and gets the ball down a little farther, and then Hennessy sends the ball over to the far side. Collinsville trying to get it in the box, but that pass is a little bit too heavy for Van Dyke to catch up to, and Alton sends it out of bounds, so Collinsville will have a throw-in. Each team wants to make a substitution, I believe.
Aubrey Johnson checking in for Allison Hennessy.
Throw in for Collinsville, right to Aubrey Johnson.
Substitution number 10, Aubrey Johnson.
Collinsville trying to create some magic over there on the far side of the box, and an opportunity, and that one goes across the sideline, another throw in. And once again, now Sophia Kiefner is the only one standing in the middle. I think we need more bodies.
Well, yeah, she's stuck in the middle of about 6 white. I agree.
Yeah.
You know, and thus far into this match, we're, 40, 50 some odd minutes into the match. I'm not overly impressed with the back four that Alton has. I mean, Collinsville can exploit what they have in the back. They just got to get somebody running up top that can get behind them. Hennessy was having a little luck there. I would actually like to see Gary run up top there and see what she can do. We need another goal.
Peyton Baker, yeah, that would make things just a little bit more comfortable, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Back out to midfield it goes. And Alton trying to track the ball down. And they'll do so. Here is Bruce. Bruce trying to side. Oh, grabbed onto Sophia Kiefner's jersey and kind of tugged her away from that ball. No call on it, though.
Call, right. Yep. Kiefner was off to the races, and
she
got pulled back.
Here is Aubrey Johnson to Kiefner. Kiefner trying to. There's 5 white shirts all around her. And back over to Jordan Gary it goes. Gary being chased from behind by Katie Stark. And then it finds Collinsville's Carly Call. Call gets taken off, and a call that goes against Emily Baker.
That's fortunate because Baker was off.
Yep, she was getting ready to go.
Yep, and you've seen her burst of speed.
Oh, yeah. Collinsville's done a pretty good job neutralizing her so far.
2 games in a row.
Yeah. Knock on for Micah or paneling or whatever that is.
Whatever the hell that is.
Yeah.
Heck that is.
It's got some kind of wood in it. Collinsville gets the free kick and to the front of the box and never quite made it into the box. And Giannini with it. Sends up. Front of the box again. Here is Bruce. Bruce sends it out off of the head of Van Dyke. And then Baker finds it. Baker using that speed to try to get around Van Dyke. Sends a pass over to the far side. That's knocked across the yellow line and out of bounds. And it'll be Collinsville's ball.
Emily Baker showing a little frustration with her teammates.
To midfield. Sent up by Muniz. Collinsville finds a loose ball. Gary steps on it just to stop it. That was a nice move. Here is Jordan Gary. Send it back over here to Giannini. And Giannini will send it back out to midfield. And
Nice.
Hawk sends it up.
Sender, toucher,
There's
yes.
Gary. Oh, she didn't get that speed going on, though. She would have started that run.
Yep.
That would have been a little different outcome there. Here is Kiefner. Kiefner had that ball knocked off of her foot, and Alton takes over once again as we approach 24 and a half minutes to go here in this second half. Here once again is Jordan Gary. Gary trying to put it through the wickets of one of the defenders. Didn't work. And Alton takes over once again, and Mossman will send the ball back out to midfield, but a little bit too far. Collinsville will have a throw in right in between the benches.
I can appreciate what Jordan is trying to do. She's trying to be unselfish, but at that point, she's at the 20-yard mark, and she's at their back line. I'd like to see her try and penetrate it herself and see if she can get through.
Might as well. What you got to lose?
That play before, Aubrey Johnson just wasn't anticipating that ball coming.
Yeah.
You know, she was just a step late.
Grace Massey.
Grace Massey, a freshman defenseman into the game for the first time.
Alton substitution number 20, Gabby Hughes.
Gabby Hughes, also a freshman defenseman. They're getting kind of young there on the back line, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
We'll see if Collinsville can use that to their advantage
They
now.
They don't look like players that played in JV.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, send it back over here to that defense. And here is Katie Stark, Tony's younger sister. No?
No.
No? Okay.
I saw what you did there.
Yeah. Here comes Collinsville. And I'll send it up, but that's just a little bit too far, and Aubrey couldn't get there. And ball stays in bounds, though. And now it's pushed out of bounds, and we're going to have a call against Collinsville, yeah.
Aubrey doesn't like that call.
Can't say as I blame her. Seasons are winding down. Soccer playoffs are already set. Volleyball playoffs will be set tomorrow. And then I believe by Tuesday, baseball and softball will have their postseason schedules set.
Summer is on the way.
I know. Supposed to warm up too, man.
Good.
Got rain tomorrow. It's supposed to only be in the 60s. And then after that, upper 70s Saturday. And then starting on Sunday, we're in the 80s for like 5 days in a row. As far as the forecast I've seen.
It's good.
I know. I'm ready. I'm tired of commenting, man. I'm like, it's May, and I'm still wearing sweatshirts. Not today, but yesterday I did.
Going to be pool weather soon.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll wait for my invitation. I don't have a pool. I can get a bucket of water and set my ankles in it. And 21:45 left to go here in this second half. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. I don't really know anybody that has a pool. No one in my family has a pool.
We need to go back to the days of Town and Country and Gaslight.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
Here's Jordan Gary. Sends it back, and a whistle follows. Collinsville is going to have a free kick. I think Jordan got fouled. So Collinsville with a free kick just at the top of the circle. And Lainey Bolandis will send us back to work here. And popped up. That's going to go right to the front of the box, and it's popped up again. And Shell Carter has switched from the other side back over to this side where she's been beat up. Please don't send me back over to that side, Coach.
I'm not sure what this call is here either.
I'm not either. But at any rate, it's going to be another free kick for Collinsville. This is a lot closer than midfield. Jordan Gary's going to take this one from about 25 yards out.
This could be on
35.
goal. This could be on goal if she wanted to.
Oh, she wants to.
Why not?
Gary strikes it right at Baker. Baker then sends it back out to midfield, and Collinsville immediately finds it first off of Munoz, and then over in front of the Alton bench it's going to go, and Collinsville is going to get a throw in from there. Substitutions, Collinsville is bringing on 2 more, one of those being Georgia Cox. Out goes Munoz. And I believe that Hennessy came back in.
She did.
Hennessy, number 17, Georgia Cox.
Hennessy over there on that far sideline, and Carly Call, nice job letting that ball go as Alton touched it last, so Call throws it in, and it's sent right back out to Carly, and she'll pop it right into the front corner, almost into the box area, but not quite. Jordan Gary gets the rebound, and she'll send it back to the defense. Here is Bolandis. Bolandis directing some traffic and sends the ball into the teeth of the defense, and it gets past everybody, and the first one to get there is Katie Stark. Stark sends the ball up now for Carter. Carter gets knocked off the ball by Georgia Cox. Georgia, what a nice job staying with that ball. She comes away with it, cuts through the middle, trying to fend off Lindsey Miller at the same time. Comes back to Bolandis. Bolandis finds Gary. Gary trying to dance around Miller once again, and over here on this near sideline, Morgan Lang with it. Back over to Gary, and Gary will head toward the midfield logo. Sends the ball up to Van Dyke. Kira Van Dyke sends the ball up into the front of the box. Trying to track it down over there is Johnson. Johnson got it and gets it right back over to Hennessy, and then a ball popped over the net, and that one is going to be a corner kick.
I believe so. I believe it went out on whoever that streaking Alton defender was coming back. She cleared it out of her own end line.
Addie Johnson will take the second corner kick of the night for Collinsville. She's getting the flag out of the way. That thing's in my way.
I don't think you
can do that. No, you have
She's
to.
like,
yeah. The flag is there for a reason.
Just like, get out of my
You
way.
cannot move the soccer apparatus. Here is Johnson. She'll pop one, a little lob shot right in front. Comes down all the way out here to the other side for Georgia Cox. Cox will track it down, tip it back over to one of the defenders, and here is Lang, and
Offside.
a whistle for an offside call.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get enough juice on that ball.
She did not. She did not. She should have taken a touch, picked her head up, and either served it in or see if she can play an outlet pass to somebody else.
Baker just sends the ball out to Stark. Stark starts up the sideline.
That's a good ball.
Yeah, here is Carter. Carter comes in, but Belandis closes the gap really quickly. And now Carter having to work around, and Belandis just steps in front of her. Nice play there by Laney, and that ball goes across the sideline. And a throw-in coming up here. Looks like Baker is going to give way for Bruce, so Bruce will have the throw-in.
Substitutions, number 4, Maddie Cook, number 17, Jada Bruce.
Bruce comes back in, Cook comes back in. And Bruce will do the throw-in. Into the box, kicked out by Collinsville on a header by Belandis. Comes loose, shot toward the goal, and one bounce later. Miss Van Dyke picks it up. Carly sends it out to midfield. Off of the back of the head for Miller. I think that one kind of bothered her a little bit. Collinsville throws it in. Carter sends it right back out.
All the way up here. Keep coming.
Now into Lang. Lang sends the ball back into Giannini. Giannini pops one out to midfield. Collinsville trying to track it down first, but Alton is the one who gets there first. And that's off of the ponytail.
Right off the back of the head.
Yep. Another throw-in coming up here for Bruce. Bruce throws it up front. Belanda sends it right back out. Lang off of her, though, and
handball.
Handball.
So. Right in front of him.
Yep. So a free kick coming up here from about 35 yards out. Collinsville had one from 35 out just a little bit ago, and Stark will take this one. A little offset to the near side post. This one is, though.
That we need a wall at this point. We're 35 yards out.
Stark sends one, and another one-hopper. That was taken care of by Van Dyke. We're all knotted up in the shots on goal department now, each team with 4. as that one heads toward midfield. And right back over to Carter. And Carter kind of just shoved Giannini out of the way, and no call. Substitution here for Alton as Grace Massey goes out and Addie Redmond checks in. Bruce with another throw in. That one goes over the head of everyone involved. And another throw in coming up here after Belandis kicks that one out of bounds across the sideline.
Do you think that ball had enough pace where if she just shielded it, it would have went out of bounds on the back line for a goal kick, or was it not enough pace?
I don't know. At any rate, here comes another Bruce throw-in. She gets closer and closer every time. That one rolls down. Collinsville had enough bodies there to get that ball out of there, but they didn't. And a shot that was blocked.
No.
And now Baker gets one, and that one's going to go wide anyway. But Van Dyke takes care of it on a one-hopper. 14 minutes to go here in this second half. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. Georgia Cox with the first half goal. And so far it has stood up.
I feel like Alton's bringing a little bit more pressure here in about the last 5 minutes.
Yep, they are. That's why we need that other goal.
We need another goal.
Megan Summer checks back in, as does Sophia Kiefner. And the throw comes in, and Collinsville gets it down. Allison Hennessy. Now Stark with it. Over to Bruce. Bruce had that ball knocked away by Hennessy. That ball ends up going across the line, and they're going to say Alton got the throw in. They throw it in quickly.
I thought it was purple.
I thought it was too. And now Carter trying to track it down, but Giannini is going to outrun her. Yeah, sure was. And that one goes across the end line, and it's going to belong to Alton once again. Man, oh man. I almost thought that one was going the other way. Throw in coming up for Bruce once again. Bruce throws it right to one of the Kahok defenders, and they get that ball out of there in fine fashion. But Hennessy couldn't get the ball to settle down enough to do anything with it. Van Dyke comes in. She got stifled. And now here is Stark once again. Collinsville steps in front of her. And now Miller with a shot. Oh, that one just goes wide. Off of the hands of Van Dyke, so it's going to turn into another corner kick.
That was a great shot by Lindsay. Was that Miller?
I believe
Number
so.
6. Gosh, how far out was she?
About 40 yards, 35?
Yeah, 35 at
yeah.
least.
Sixth corner kick of this game coming up for Alton. And it is on the way. Out front, goes past everyone and rolls all the way to the near sideline and out of bounds. So Collinsville will have a throw in.
Collinsville's defense has been a little sloppy in their clearances in about the last 5-10 minutes. They need to tighten this up if they want to walk out of here with a 1-0 win.
That ball was dangerously close to the sideline, but then picked up by Miller. Miller tries to make her move, had to get past Carter first. Sends it all the way over to the far side. Maddie Cook trying to track it down. She will over on the far sideline just outside of the box until she was stepped in front of by Johnson. And they got that ball out of there. And a shot toward the goal. That's going to go wide. This one not touched by anyone wearing the purple and the white. And it'll be a goal kick restart with 11:20 left to play here in this second half. Back out toward midfield. Not going to quite make it there off of the head of Miller. Carter trying to track it down. Giannini there with her. And that ball goes off of Carter. And Collinsville will have a throw in. Giannini throws it up the sideline, trying to spring Hennessy, but Bruce finds the ball instead. Sends it out to the top of the circle, and then Bruce gets it right back, but it skips past her and goes to Stark. Oh. And Stark put on a nice little move there and then stepped on the ball and lost it, but her teammate, Lindsay Miller, picks it up and trying to spring Baker over there, but Collinsville gets there first, banks off of another body and heads the wrong direction. Now back out to Miller. Miller trying to work herself around Van Dyke and then hits the back of the heels of Jordan Gary. Comes over here once again for Bruce. Bruce right between the legs, but that's going to go out of bounds. And the throw in finds Giannini, but then the rebound off of the header finds Bruce. And Collinsville trying to get that ball tracked back down, and we're going to have a whistle. They're going to call that a foul?
Looks that way.
Yeah. That could have went either way.
Yeah, it could have. I'm not sure I'm in agreement here.
Yeah, me neither. Stark will take this free kick. This one's going to be from about 50 yards out.
Alton has come alive. Oh, boy.
That's got some bend on it, and
get
it goes down, and Carly Van Dyke takes care of it. That one, that was dangerous.
Now, Carly has got to come out off that line, and she's got to win that ball at the highest peak, the highest point in the air. She can't let that ball bounce over her and field it that way. She's avoiding problems.
Back out to midfield it goes. And Giannini will send it past the Alton defense. It rolls up this near sideline. Hennessy is trying to track it down, but I believe that Stark had a pretty good head start. Couldn't get there. And it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Stark. 9 minutes to go here in the second half. We're getting down to crunch time on a one-goal game. This is when it gets intense. Carter sends the ball up. Belandis comes in, and that's off of Carter, so Collinsville will have a throw-in.
Laney did a good job of selling it, but it did deflect off of Carter.
It did.
Substitutions, number 10, Aubrey Johnson, number 19, Addison Muniz.
Aubrey Johnson and Addison Muniz come back in as Hennessy and Georgia Cox will go to the bench.
Just going back to a 1-4 formation here in the back.
Throw in, comes up the sideline and did not stay in bounds. Intended for Aubrey Johnson. And Bruce throws it back in. That's off of the head of Sophia Kiefner. And then sent back over here for Carter. And all the way back down it'll go, and that one will roll out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw in. Two more games left for the Lady Kahawks. Saturday morning at Triad. And then next Friday here against Edwardsville. That was originally scheduled for a Thursday game. But they had, I think they have a track and field something or other going on.
I'm not sure.
Why did that game get moved again there, Kettler? Yeah, the track sectionals, that's it. Knew it was a track and field thing. So soccer on a Friday night, huh?
That's rare.
Yeah, it is.
Somebody was telling me that, and I was like, no, there's no soccer on a Friday night.
Yeah. Even the girls didn't know. After I got through interviewing Belandis, I went back up to the group of girls. I'm like, all right, Shelby Hawk, you're next. That'll be Friday against Edwardsville. They're all like, Friday? Like, we didn't hear about a Friday game.
That's going to cut into their plans, Todd.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to cut into their nightlife.
Yep. 6:50 to play here in the second half. 1-0 in favor. Why not? You know, Alton beat us 1-0. Why not return the favor? It's going to be intense here these last 6 or so minutes.
Uh-oh.
That ball gets away, and Collinsville gets one in, and it goes! That's going to be an own goal. It was last touched on the way in by Alton.
Summer.
She was trying to get that ball out of there, but she ends up putting it in her own goal. And Collinsville has a 2-0 lead. And boy, oh boy, can we breathe a little easier now.
Little bit. Megan Summers able to get that touch. Beat goalie Peyton. It was Summer to, yes. Summer, I believe, and then a Alton defender tapped it in.
Yep.
Sorry, Chris.
2-0 Collinsville. That's
Give
the
it
only
to
thing that
Summer.
really matters. Give it to Megan Summer. Megan Summer.
It was close. I mean,
will collect her first goal of the year. And Alton down 2-0.
Collinsville Chaos goal scored by number 12, Megan Summer. On the goal, 73-24, Summer.
73rd minute. And Collinsville can breathe a little easier. I know I can breathe a little easier. I'm sure that Mr. Borm over here can too.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We needed that cushion. Alton was pressuring. Alton was kind of dominating possession in this defensive third for quite a while. So I feel better.
Yep. I feel better that it's a little bit not as close.
Right.
I was going to say something, but I didn't want to jinx anything, so
Okay.
I'll just hush. 5:45 left to play here in this second half. Here's another throw in by Bruce. Up the line it goes, and that was a handball. It ticked off the back of the head there of Deshelle Carter, and then kind of caught Belandis off guard.
Again, I'm not sure a wall is needed here. But
excuse me, Lindsey Miller with the kick.
Go get it, somebody.
That one doesn't bend quite as much, and it ends up going out of bounds. That was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Right past that far post. Excuse me.
Either our backs have got to go up and win that in the air, or Carly Van Dyke's got to come out and win that ball in the air.
Van Dyke sends it out. Stopped in the midfield area. And here comes Alton once again. They'll send a crossing pass over to Carter. Carter gets met by Belandis right away and didn't save it. Oh, what a save there by Van Dyke. Boy, oh boy. That was probably the best save of the night by either one of these goalies.
Emily Baker was able to get a heck of a strike on that one-time ball. Ball was headed to that back post, and Kylie Van Dyke was able to just scoot over there and knock it down.
Corner kick number 7 of the night coming up here for Alton as they present a little bit more danger here in the waning minutes of this second half. Throw in once again, this one being handled by Abby Davis. Davis throws it in. That's off of the top of the head and back down after hitting Jordan Gary. And here is Stark off of...
Another handball.
Yep. Off of the arm of Van Dyke, and Collinsville getting kind of unlucky right now with this 2-goal lead. 3:50 to play here in this second half. Is it going to be Miller or is it going to be Baker?
Well, Miller's placed 2 really nice balls these last times around. I would be going Miller. But
so Miller now with a 4-person wall, and she'll take one and send it too high.
She's got a heck of a boot on her.
I think at that distance, don't you just kind of want to chip one into the box and let the players go after it?
From that distance, yeah. That's why I was kind of questioning the 2-man wall this far out to begin with. Line up there at the 18 and hold all of their forwards up.
Over here onto the near side, Collinsville trying to spring the ball loose. They'll have a throw in, and it'll come from midfield, and it'll be taken care of by Ashley Giannini. Giannini tosses it up the line, but right past Aubrey Johnson. She's trying to go get it, but Bruce kind of held her up a little bit. Another throw-in coming up here for Collinsville, but they're getting closer and closer to some offensive zone. Just outside the corner of this box. Throw it in. They were trying to get Kahok on the run into the box. That's a nice job by Carly Call to keep that ball down this way. This is where we need to keep it.
I'm sure they see you pointing in that direction.
Sure.
Yeah.
Everybody's paying attention to Todd Duke. In front of the Alton bench, that one goes. And Collinsville sends it back up into the offensive direction. Comes over here now for Jordan Gary. And Jordan will send it back over to Ashley Giannini. Giannini will send it over here to the near side for Kiefner. And that ball just barely went out of bounds.
So Giannini needs to play her front foot, not her back foot. Sophia Kiefner was running to that line. It's got to be played to her front foot.
Miller, that one kind of took a weird hop for Baker, and Baker couldn't handle it, and it comes down, and Baker stays with it, does the splits, and then sends the ball back out to midfield. Alton takes over again. Jordan Gary almost ran into the back of Miller. And now a ball that gets through the defense, and Peyton Baker is all the way out and sends the ball up here into the stands.
Whatever it takes.
I didn't really want to play. Well, we have about 80 seconds left to go here. Collinsville with a 2-goal lead, trying to win their 3rd game of the year. That ball rolls up the sideline, then eventually crosses the yellow line. It's going to belong to Alton. Bruce once again with a throw in. And she'll send it up past Carter. And then it's knocked over to Gary. Gary sends it up. Bruce steps in front of Aubrey Johnson as we are under a minute to go here in this second half. Here is Kiefner. Woo, right past the face there of Johnson. Here is Carly Van Dyke. And Belandis will chase it down. So this will be a nice victory for Collinsville here on senior night if they can hold on for the final 35 seconds. Always nice to win on senior night.
Absolutely. That's probably the biggest takeaway.
Yeah. Seniors got to get to feel good about themselves. They're second to the last home game of the year. They have one more left against Edwardsville coming up next Friday, as we are down to 20 seconds left. Right between the legs of Miller. What a well-placed ball that was by Giannini. And that ball goes all the way back to Belandis. And Belandis will just send it back to Van Dyke. And Van Dyke will send it out toward midfield and off of the body of Gary. Comes down for Giannini, and she'll send the ball up, and the horn will sound, and Collinsville victorious here tonight by a score of 2-0 on senior night. And I know we mentioned the part about being a nice win on senior night, but an even nicer win when you only have 2 games left in the season. You need to find some momentum before you head to the playoffs.
You've got to find some mojo that's going to get you moving in a positive direction. Yes, heading into the playoffs, regionals. Tough opponent coming up against Edwardsville. Tough opponent on Saturday against Triad. It's not easy from this point forward for these Kahawks. So
No,
yes.
and a nice shout out to the freshman in goal tonight, as Carly Van Dyke had to make 6 saves, and she made all of them. Not all of them were tough, but that last one was.
There were a couple she made down here on this, I guess it would be this north end, that were challenging. You know, both touched outside that outside post. So she's done a good job as a freshman, and she's going to be a good one for years to come.
She is. All right, sir, thank you very much. We'll see you in 8 days.
Yes, sir.
All right, that is Brett Bourne. My name is Todd Duke. It is time to wrap things up, so one final break will come your way before we do that, and we'll be back in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Back here at Kahok Stadium, one final time. Collinsville winners here tonight by a final score of 2-0. Georgia Cox scored in the 25th minute of the first half, and Megan Summer gets the breathing room that we all needed in the 73rd minute. And Carly Van Dyke pitching a shutout in goal, her second shutout of the year. Big thank you to Lainey Belandis for joining us on the pregame interview. Another big thank you to Brett Borm joining us on the other microphone during this contest. And we are back here Saturday morning at around 10 o'clock for the Kahok Boys Track Invitational, the Kahok Invitational, and we'll be here until the end of that one. I'll be here with Zach Roseman, and that's what we have coming up for you next. So until Saturday morning, my name is Todd Duke. Everybody enjoy your Thursday night and your Friday. Talk to you later.